This is Tumbleweed Smith, reporting the sound of Texas. Wing Archery makes bows and arrows. Details in a moment. Bob Lee heads up Wing Archery in Jacksonville.
We average on year-round an average of about, I'd say, 225 bows a day. We'll work from 75 to 150 people.
Lee started making bows and arrows in 1951 in a garage in Houston. He kept getting more orders for his bows and arrows, so he quit his construction work to devote full time to wing archery.
When I started in 1951, I think archery was probably maybe a $10 or $15 million industry with all of us together. Now it's around $80 million, so it's grown considerably, and it's grown with other men just like myself that started. There's a half a dozen of us that started their businesses because they love the sport.
He says about 75% of his bows and arrows are sold to bow hunters. Target archery is growing, as is playing golf with a bow and arrow.
Well, you play it on a golf course, and you play against a golfer, and you have a flight arrow that you can shoot, 300 or 400 yards with, and then you have what's called an approach arrow. That's an arrow with a long point on it so it won't ricochet. You play against a golfer playing a conventional game of golf, and it's an awful lot of fun. The average archer would have to give an average golfer handicap because you'll beat him if you don't.
He says archery is a simple sport.
If you get started off right, well, there's no reason in 30 days why a man can't be real proficient with a bow, good enough to bow hunt or shoot tournaments or whatever he wants to do.
In making an arrow, you have to use a fletcher.
It's just a clamp that holds the feather in place until the glue dries.
The feathers on Lee's arrows are made from the left wing of a turkey.
Well, you can use either. We chose years ago to go with a left wing. And you have to buy your fletchers that way. We've got 4 tables set up with 50 fletchers on each table, so it involves a little bit of expense, so you make up your mind which way you want to go. You cannot mix right and left wing feathers on the same arrow or in the same dozen because they react completely different.
Lee is a bow hunter and has killed all kinds of game with the bow and arrow. He is proud of his firm.
It's a realization of a dream to me because aside from any financial benefit that I've received out of it, it's been a real challenge to me to start something from nothing and build it into something that's known worldwide.
Bob Lee of Jacksonville. Wing Archery's bows are priced from $20 to $260. This is Tumbleweed Smith reporting the sound of Texas.